Well, welcome to the first coffee time of the year, everybody. 2022 already. Kind of seems like it's a surprise that we're actually starting a new year, but especially after how long the last one seemed. But like I was saying in that last JM Tries video, I have been meaning to do another one of these more talky ones for a while now, and I'm finally getting around to it. Because it's kind of like I was saying in my first written blog of the year. I'm finally at a place where I can actually sit down and start doing things like this. After all I've been dealing with at my day job and just other things going on in real life. But and like I was saying, in other places, I do rather enjoy doing all this, more stuff where I just sit and, flap my gums about, nothing in particular at my webcam here for, however long, because, used to have uh, I used to do a live show, several iterations of live shows here for quite a long time that I, gave up on doing for one reason or another at various points. Most recently because all the services I used to use for that, I either stopped, went out of business or stopped, taking, civilian users like myself, or made it prohibitively expensive, for that to happen. But I guess YouTube has an option for that, and from what I can tell, I don't know if it's just lighting here, but it looks like there's something wrong with my nose there, but I might have to work on the lighting here. But anyway, like I was saying there, they're saying in various places, there's here on YouTube, and I guess Twitch is an option, but that's just idle thinking right now. Don't know if I'll actually look into that or not, but it's something I enjoy doing, and I might eventually decide to do it again if I ever figure out a place there I can do it. But for now, I'm gonna finally get around to doing one of the specialty coffees I've got actually quite a big pile of that I've been meaning to get to for, well, quite a long time anyway. This particular one I've had sitting on my shelf since October. Picked it up on a trip to the hills with my family back at the end of September last year. I've got all the written and picture blogs up for that, so I figure I may as well get around to doing this one as well. And considering one of the other things I'm going to kind of go on about here, it kind of fits that this is the Black Hills Coffee Roosevelt's blend. It's from when I was smelling it when I was opening it up, it actually smelled fairly interesting. It's from what I can tell, this is kind of a fine grind, medium or fine grind, which is actually kind of the way I like it. Um, haven't really tried it. When I when I originally picked it up, I sort of figured that it was gonna go for a kind of a Mount Rushmore kind of thing theme to it, because it's I wound up buying it at the same place did one of these on a couple of years ago. I picked up, from it was from a place called Kroll's Market, which is in Hill City, if memory serves. I'm pretty sure it's Hill City. It's one of those places where I've been going for actually quite a lot of my life. At this point, I definitely call it most of. So you'd think I'd remember that better than I do, but apparently not. But anyway, this was 12, bucks a pound, which is probably going to be worth it. But they do have a website here that kind of tells you about all this stuff. It's blackhillscoffee.com. You can kind of tell you, this is one of those things where I probably should have had this, more further up when I started the video, but you can tell what kind of, professionalism I've got here when it comes to this. But, like their website lists it as $15.56 a pound. Whereas I was paying 12 at Kroll's, but I'm thinking part of that might be, prices have gone up for a lot of this stuff. Because prices have gone up on a lot of things since September, and I'm thinking part of that might be factoring in for sales tax too, but don't quote me on that. But I kind of like the product description they got on their website for it. It says it's a blend of French roast and Viennese roast coffees. Like Teddy himself, this blend is strong, bold, and earthy. And I guess considering one of the things I'm going to get to in a bit here, that kind of fits. But I'll put a link to their actual main website for this, in the video description. But it's one of those things where I know the price for this is it's a little more than what I paid for it in the store. But I think part of that might have been because I was buying it at a brick and mortar location in Hill City. But this is actually looking like it was looks. I mean, this might have been a little less dark than, because on my end it doesn't look quite as dark as it does on camera. I suppose I made it a little less strong than maybe I would have otherwise, but when I was first making it, it looked like it might have come out stronger than I had thought, and I really wasn't thinking that it'd be a good idea. But maybe when I do it, I have in that little that little plastic portion cup I just showed. I might try to make it a little stronger than this, but it actually smells pretty good. Yeah, that's just about the way I like it. I'd say it's worth looking into. It's one of those things where I think I might have used a little too much water this time, but that's on me. And it's actually pretty good otherwise. Usually I just drink it, black like this. Sometimes I put like sugar or artificial sweetener in there or whatever, but I'd say this is actually pretty good without it. So this is probably the way I'm gonna do the pot I've got in the kitchen anyway. And next up is, kind of a hell of a way of doing this sort of thing, but there's this Skype group I at least used to be a part of that just haven't been really doing for a while, and it's time I kind of actually got said what I needed, or said some of what I need to say about why that's been. Um, and the reason I'm doing it this way instead of more directly with the individual members I kind of sort of have contact with still is that the way things have been for, well, certainly all of last year anyway. It's and so far this year it's just been one of those things where unfortunately that's just not happening. In spite of my better intentions otherwise, and I know, like I started this bit off with, I know it's a hell of a way of getting this out there, but because I'm assuming that at least one person involved with all of that might actually watch these things, and well, I know I'm gonna regret coming about, or going about it this way, but it's something I need to get done, and like I was saying, in spite of my better and maybe even best intentions otherwise, going about this one of those other ways just isn't happening. Because there's been the whole mess we've been in for the last couple of years, and then there's been a lot of job stuff going on too, and well, I kind of had to, I knew I was going to have to, cut something, give something up, uh, and unfortunately that thing was Skype, which, I'm not exactly, pleased with how all this has gone either, but, if I, it's one of those things where if I didn't choose, there was a good chance somebody else might have chosen for me, and things really wouldn't have gone well that way. So while I regret going about all this the way I have, I'm, it's one of those things where I, uh, did it in what I thought was probably the best way, or at least what seemed like the best way at the time. Uh, and yeah, I'm still going about it the way and that's still how I'm, going about it here. And well, I regret that it's, going this way. Uh, Not necessarily sorry about it or anything, because if I, have to make a choice that's best for, or what I think is, going to be most helpful to my physical and mental health, that's, what I'm going to do. Now, all that said, there are still a few members of that group that I am still kind of in contact with, and I'd like to think that I'm still going to have that as an option, going forward after this. Don't necessarily know if that's, how much of a thing that's still going to be, because, well, like I said, this isn't exactly, the best way of going about it, but I'm at a point where it's either this or, continue putting it off and, letting my best intentions, to do things some other way, just just keep not happening because, well, it's one of those things where, I'm kind of in a place where I, need to, just, finally, get used to, being where I am now and adapt to that, which it's still gonna be a while. Uh, don't know how long. Um, I'd like to think there's still a chance I can, maybe get back to something kind of like that at some point. Don't know when it's gonna be, but yeah, I'd like to think that's an option anyway. Now, now why, I've been doing, that last segment, and also, why I have maybe not been posting as much of the stuff I would either, would, have generally wanted to, both here and on my written blog, is because, well, there's been, especially the last 6 months or so, and maybe longer, there's been, just a lot of weirdness, a lot of strange and unfortunate kind of things going on, especially at my day job, that have been, rather stressful, and I think things are finally starting to settle down now, of course, but, I think I may have talked briefly about this before in other places, but starting in July, more or less, there was definitely talk about how the new owners of the franchise I work for were gonna shut down the location of the burger joint I work for. Work at. But anyway, they've been saying for a while that they were gonna, close that particular location down and, transfer as many of us as could still, work for the company to the other two locations they've got here in town. And for most of that time, they were saying it was going to be at the end of December last year, which meant that I would only have been at my new current location for a couple of weeks at this point. But then came, end of October, and they were, kind of surprised us with saying that, no, this was going to be like the last day of operation at that, and this was like last couple 3 days of October, and then starting around Halloween, they moved me over to a new place on the east side of town here. Uh, I've been getting used to that. Kind of figuring things out, figuring out how to get there the most effectively. Um, kind of how things work at the new location, and I think I'm most of the way there now. Um, Still got some things to figure out, some things to learn, but things are you know getting better now, and I am kind of in a place where I can actually start doing these things again, because there's a lot less stress for a couple of reasons here. One is that I am no longer worried about still continuing to have the current job I have, which is a good thing, or at least I'm not worried about having it because they're closing locations and downsizing. There's still other things to that I might need to keep in the back of my head for for a while here. But I'm not so much worried about maybe having to you know maybe looking for other work is not such an immediate concern. At least as of this recording. And I gotta say, it's all also less stressful because this is a different and perhaps it's certainly a different group of people, and perhaps one that is easier to work with than the one was we had at the end over at the old location, which is a good thing. So now that I'm getting used to that, I think I might actually be able to get back to some of the stuff I was doing before things really started going all screwy on me here. Which is why I am hopeful about the whole Skype thing, which I'm hoping I can stay in contact with some members of that old group and maybe start getting back to chatting with them more regularly. I'd like to think that's a possibility. And then there's some other there's the other online stuff I do here too, like here on YouTube and with my written blog. And I mentioned streaming. um, that is something I did enjoy doing when I used to do it on a regular basis. um, I'm not necessarily going to commit to that right now because there's other things that I still need to get sorted before I start considering that. Even I'll make it a less half-assed consideration than it is now. um, but yeah, I've still got written stuff that I may actually be able to do a better job of finishing properly. One thing I might do, when I'm done getting this video up is, certainly another chapter of my Final Fantasy IX text play. And I've also got the Final Fantasy II one to work on. And, once I get those done, I have, other RPGs that I would kind of like to look into. My sister-in-law actually got me, well, there's one that's, I don't know if it was meant as the birthday or some sort of gift last time I saw her in person. And then for, that was one called Octopath Traveler. Again, you can kind of tell how much thought and planning I put into this when I started. I probably should have looked at that before I actually sat down to do it, but do all of this. But I'm pretty sure it's called Octopath Traveler. Once I get all my current projects done, or to a point that I'm going to call done, I might start on that one. There's also another one that she sent for Christmas called Spiritfarer, I think it's called. Again, I'll have to look again. And there's so I might give those a shot. Don't necessarily know if they're gonna wind up, though I'm certainly gonna maybe do text versions of those. Um, if I figure out how to, do streaming, I might try to do that too. But like I said, I'm not necessarily gonna, commit to more video and or streaming stuff just yet, because, well, I'm already better part of a half hour into this, and it's, the kind of thing where I'm doing this on a day off, which I have, only been getting one of lately, and there's plenty of other stuff I, need to do at the time, so I don't necessarily want to commit to anything on that front just yet, but, excuse me, that's kind of where I am with this. And like I was saying, back at the beginning here, I also have a pile of, other specialty and novelty coffees I want to do. So, I might finally get into some of that with these more chatty videos. So, yeah, there's always, more chatty stuff or more stuff in the pipeline. Be it video game related or not, or that kind of thing. Uh, and depending on how things go here, I will have to. I'm sure there will be plenty of stuff coming when I get to it, and we'll just see how I wind up regretting or how much I regret this, how things go. Um, but yeah, I'll put the link to the coffee company that makes this stuff. They've got some interesting looking blends along the way, including some decaf, which is something I should probably switch to. Once I get through like I wouldn't be surprised if it's a better part of 20 pounds of regular coffee I've still got in the kitchen. But yeah, so anyway, that's kind of where I am to start the year off. So I will see you with something new going forward. Until I see you, have a good however long, everybody. See you soon.